of the Lions. The first of 3 on this Thanksgiving. Glad to have you along on this holiday. And we begin right here in the Motor City. So they come to the line for first down and 10. McCarthy now going to start with a pass. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here comes 3rd and 6. McCarthy gonna look to throw again. He's got a man. It's Dobbs. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
These third down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On the ground, former Notre Damer Kyron Williams. And now again, he loses the football.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
That one good for 26 yards.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, here's McCarthy. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's going to be stopped at about the 4.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Lions. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. First and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end, and they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, New England.
So we are through one on this Thanksgiving Day. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motors. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Willis. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Now, off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He's going to take a shot down the field. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. It's a big hit for the Patriots. It's a gain of 34. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Not a lot of room to work there. Well played by the defense. And they set themselves up for 3rd and goal. They'll run. And he can only salvage a couple there. Down to the 3. And now it's 4th and goal. The Lions call their first timeout.
4th and goal. 3-yard line.
They're trying to answer that opening drive touchdown on the other side. So the offense stays out, and they go for it on 4th and goal. And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety. Defenses dream about those, whether it's a pick 6 or a scoop and score. Even this one, Greg, 2 points. When the defense puts points on the board, they feel great about it.
Mike, talk about getting the job done on defense. Not only does it result in 2 points on the scoreboard, but now the offense is going to get the ball back, and likely with great field position.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now Willis. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. And that is incomplete.
For an offense that really hasn't had a lot of things go right up until this point, those are the plays that you just have to make. Those can be a spark for the rest of the game, and it's amazing how quickly things can turn. But instead, he overthrows his receiver, and it's all for nothing.
Willis to throw. Got a man downfield. It's Wilson. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Now he takes off. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. And the defense has it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to...
Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception, but boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
That's down the field and intercepted. And he's going to be out of bounds, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's McCarthy. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Throwing on 2nd down is McCarthy. Room to maneuver at the 35. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
And the Lions are going to be set up on a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Here's McCarthy. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times. And then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board?
He puts it up, and it's caught. Michael Mayer. Touchdown, Detroit.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Lions add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we are at halftime in the annual Thanksgiving game in Detroit, as we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. Here's 1st and 10. Willis now to throw. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. Throwing is Willis. Taking off.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
2nd and a yard. Throwing, Willis. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. To throw is Willis. They'll look to set up the screen here. And the Patriots are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, New England. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First carry here for Kyron Williams. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is McCarthy. This one intercepted. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
You know, Mike, I like the mindset of this offensive coordinator. He's saying, listen, I'm not looking to preserve this lead. I'm looking to extend my lead. Now, that aggressive play calling in this case led to the turnover. Now your defense has to take the field. Can they bail you out and keep this lead unchanged prior to their next possession?
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw, here's Willis. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is going to be pulled in. He's got it. Johnny Wilson. Touchdown, Patriots.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball. And that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. That's Dobbs open left side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set of downs.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play. And good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver.
And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Patriots will take over at their own 14-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's Willis. He'll air it out down the middle. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Jalen Thompson.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the 1st down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now McCarthy. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Past the 40. Inside the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, New England. Extra point attempt still to come. The kick is good. And the Patriots go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A big play and a much-needed one as well. A gain of 48.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw. And he'll take this down to about the 7.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Finding his tight end there. And he will score! Game on! Michael Mayer, touchdown Lions. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. Now Gay for the extra point. And this one is blocked. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
They're on the 32-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. A throw left side taken in by Wilson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll get that to Wilson. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, New England.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of...
And And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Patriots. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
On second down, here's McCarthy. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Michael Mayer, the tight end, was targeted with that one. Third down coming up. McCarthy from the gun here on third down. And on third down, that ball incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to bring up fourth down. They'll go. Here's McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the fourth, but they will turn it over on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
He's got it at about the 8. He is in. Touchdown, New England. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On first down, here's McCarthy. So just under 2 minutes here in this one. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Second down and 8. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On 3rd and a yard, it's McCarthy. He gets that complete to his tight end man. His 5th catch of the afternoon.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Throwing here on 1st and 10 is McCarthy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ball game.
The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
To the air once more is McCarthy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Here we go. One final play. And that final throw here is intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Patriots are going to come up with a late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So it's a road win here for the Patriots. And they will get a little extra time to enjoy it on this holiday weekend as they get the job done here on Thanksgiving.